Chip Heath, Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Hard. Get ready to embark on a journey of transformation and adaptation as we delve into the summary of A Switch, How to Change Things When Change is Hard by Chip Heath. This essential book focuses on how to effectively navigate change by addressing both rationality and emotion, channels that govern our decisions and actions. In these summaries, you'll learn about the role of the writer and the elephant representations in our minds, discovering and leveraging new bright spots, and managing decision paralysis. Moreover, you'll explore the power of destination postcards, evoking emotions to motivate change, breaking down goals into smaller milestones, and the importance of a growth mindset. So, buckle up and get ready to transform the way you approach change in your life.
Focus on bright spots. Your inner writer tends to overanalyze potential change and obsess over difficulties. However, to achieve change, focus on the bright spots, areas where change has already succeeded. Rather than tackling all the causes of malnutrition in Vietnam, Jerry Sternin observed families with well-nourished children and discovered small but significant differences in their feeding habits. He spread these behaviors within the community, leading to a significant improvement in children's nourishment. By focusing on bright spots and learning from them, change can become more widespread and impactful. Clear direction for successful change. In times of change, individuals may fall into the trap of decision paralysis. The more choices one has, the harder it becomes to make a decision. However, the solution is to provide clear directives to follow. Clarity is necessary so that the necessary changes can be made, and the critical moves can be determined for those situations needed. For example, to make the behavioral change of eating healthier, one needs clear instructions to follow. The critical moves required for this change could involve learning what to buy when shopping. By providing crystal clear directions, even small changes can bring big benefits. In fact, the market share of low-fat milk doubled in West Virginia when the instructions provided to consumers centered on replacing whole milk with 1% milk when shopping. Motivating change. When facing change, people often overanalyze every option, becoming stuck in what's called analysis paralysis. The key to avoiding this is providing a direction and a clear goal. This is called a destination postcard, a powerful image of the near future that appeals to both the rational and emotional sides of a person. By scripting the critical moves in line with the destination postcard, both sides work in unison to further the desired change. Making goals black and white with no wiggle room is another solution to stop rationalizing for those less committed to change. A strict approach may be less inspiring, but it makes it harder for anyone to slip from their new habits. A destination postcard is a compelling tool to propel someone forward, making the journey to change more manageable and achievable. Motivate your elephant. Conflict between the inner rider and elephant can lead to improper decisions. Emotions can be more powerful than reason in decision-making. John Stegner demonstrated that triggering emotions, either positive or negative, can motivate change and bring effective results. Shrink change. Change can often seem overwhelming, but it can be easier to manage by making it smaller. By emphasizing progress already made and breaking the change into smaller milestones, the task becomes more manageable. This approach can be used in various areas, including personal finance. For instance, paying off the smallest debt can be far more motivating than reducing a larger debt by a small amount. Small wins create hope and momentum for larger change efforts, making the work self-sustaining. The key is to start by leading the elephant up a small hill, making it feel like progress has already been made. Saving an endangered species. In 1977, the St. Lucia parrot faced extinction. 21-year-old Paul Butler had to find a way to save it despite the lack of economic arguments to support the cause. He made the bird a part of the national identity by using bumper stickers, T-shirts, and volunteer action, which led to public support and the implementation of strict laws that saved the bird. This example shows that people embrace change when it is congruent with their identity. To drive change, new identities must be instilled in people. Embracing a new identity comes with challenges, but it is crucial to adopt a growth mindset that accepts failure as a tool for improvement. This mindset has been proven to produce better students, better business ideas, and even better heart surgeons. The way to cultivate a change-friendly identity and overcome failure is to grow people. The power of situational factors in influencing behavior. People tend to attribute behavior to a person's character rather than the situation they are in, but situational factors can be more powerful in influencing behavior. Shaping the environment can help bring about change in behavior. In a study, even those labeled as jerks to their friends donated food when given clear instructions on where to donate, while those labeled as saints only donated when given detailed instructions. Therefore, small alterations to the situation can help people change their behavior even if they are not motivated. To change behavior, provide an easy path to follow. The power of habits. The environment we find ourselves in can either reinforce or deter our habits. During the Vietnam War, the U.S. government was concerned about rampant drug use among its troops. However, on their return, only 1% of them were still addicted. The familiar environment and loved ones back home had made them kick the drug habit. This example shows one of the ways the environment affects our behavior. Habits are crucial for change because they are, in essence, behavioral autopilot. Building new habits can be challenging, but it's vital to shape the environment to adopt them. One strategy is to set environmental action triggers for your habit. When A happens, you do B. Another strategy is the humble checklist, which ensures that you execute the habit as intended. By building new habits and making the environment enforce them, you get a free ride in implementing change. Harnessing herd mentality. Humans are naturally inclined to follow the example set by others. This tendency to look to our peers for cues is why we often imitate behavior and follow trends. When seeking a change in behavior, you can leverage this tendency by demonstrating that the majority of the herd is rallying around the change. However, this strategy only works when the majority is already using the new behavior. When there is an oppositional majority, you can find the minority who support your change and give them space to discuss the benefits and sway the resistors. Eventually, there will be a conflict between the conservatives and reformers, but this is necessary for a better organization to emerge. The importance of highlighting the herd's path lies in showing people that they are merely following the trend rather than starting from scratch.
As we've journeyed through the insightful world of a switch, we have unmasked the significance of understanding both rational and emotional sides of our characters, represented as the rider and the elephant. We have learned the importance of focusing on bright spots, giving clear directions, and creating a compelling destination postcard to facilitate successful change. Furthermore, the art of shrinking bigger challenges into smaller steps, instilling a growth mindset, and developing impactful habits has been introduced. The book also emphasizes the power of the environment, peer influence, and sowing the seeds of change. With these tools and strategies unveiled, you are now well equipped to face change with confidence and optimism.